The wealth equation: chase problems, not money. Let's say this little circle you're seeing right now represents $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million. Now imagine this. The circle grows a bit. That represents $10 million. It grows a bit more, fuller, heavier, and that's $100 million. Then it becomes a massive shape, almost filling the entire screen. That represents $1 billion. And now think about this. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a net worth that is 117 times bigger than that $1 billion circle. You heard that right, 117 times. If we tried to visualize Jeff Bezos' net worth on a single screen, the screen wouldn't even be enough. We'd have to keep zooming out and zooming out and zooming out. And this time, it's just you left on the screen. Now it's your turn on the stage of life. Maybe you're in college right now. Maybe you just graduated and landed your first job. Maybe you've been working for years and you're stuck thinking, why can't I ever save anything? Your paycheck comes in, rent, bills, groceries, credit cards, the end of the month arrives, and you look around wondering, where did all the money go? And while scrolling through social media, you see 22-year-old self-made millionaires, 25-year-olds who sold their startups, 28-year-olds living in mansions with sports cars in their garages, and you can't help asking yourself, how? Am I stupid or something? I've been working for years too. Why isn't it happening for me? Inside you, two voices appear. The first voice: they were just lucky, born rich, connections, privilege, whatever. The second voice: I'm not as smart as them. That stuff isn't for people like me. Then you think about the dreams you once had. That house, that car, that world trip, paying off your parents' debts. Those hard days when you said, I'd give anything to get through one day without stressing about money. But in the end, the same sentence always shows up in your mind. These will stay just dreams. And silently, deep inside, you end up accepting this. This game is rigged from the start. I'm on the losing side. But what if you're wrong? Let's pause here for a moment. What if I told you, yes, the game may be unfair, but there is a way to win? What if I told you, wealth actually has an equation, a logic, a science behind it, and those who understand it end up far ahead of those who don't? Let me go even further. If you stay with me from the beginning to the end of this video, your perspective on life and money will probably change. But listen carefully. I'm not going to feed you lies like, watch this video and you'll become rich. No, that's impossible. But here's what you will learn. Wealth is not a lottery. Wealth is not random luck. Wealth is the byproduct of working the right equation the right way. And that equation has never been just a salary. The lies you were taught about money. Now let's go back a bit. Think about your childhood. What did you hear at home whenever money came up? Money doesn't come easy. People with money have no conscience. All rich people are thieves anyway. We're poor. That life isn't for us. Okay, what did school teach you? How to pass exams and how to find a job. But how many times did you learn about managing money, investing, building businesses, understanding markets, creating value? Probably zero or close to zero. What did Hollywood show us? The rich character is usually the villain. The wealthy guy in movies is cheating, corrupt, evil, involved in dark business. The good, innocent, pure characters are usually poor. And all of this quietly wrote a code deep into your subconscious. Rich equals bad and corrupt. Poor equals good and innocent. So what does all this become in real life? You start earning money, but sabotage yourself. You spend everything you earn. Saving money makes you uncomfortable. You whisper to yourself, who am I to be rich? But now let's look at the real data. The truth. Most millionaires are self-made. According to research from WealthX and similar institutions, about 68% of the world's ultra-wealthy, those with $30 million or more, are self-made. Not born into rich families, not lucky trust fund babies. They got there by working, creating, and solving problems, taking risks. You already know the examples. Warren Buffett started from nothing, became the greatest investor alive. Elon Musk, people say he was born rich, but the vast majority of his wealth came from the companies he built and sold. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty, trauma, and hardship. Howard Schultz, Starbucks, came from a poor family. Sarah Blakely, Spanx, turned a small idea into a billion-dollar company. The common thread among the equation you were taught since childhood. Here's the equation you were taught. Money equals a salary earned by working a job. Good school, good major, good job, good salary, happy life. But there's a serious problem with this equation. Your time is limited, and your income depends on that limited time. There are 24 hours in a day. 8 to 10 of them disappear into sleep, commuting, basic needs. You work in what's left. Let's say you earn $20 an hour at best, 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month. Even if you worked non-stop for 24 years straight, never spent a dollar, paid zero taxes, and inflation didn't exist, you'd barely reach $1 million. But life doesn't work that way. You have rent, food, family, expenses, obligations. So you end up spending most of your life in a job you don't like, with people you don't like, at a pace you don't like. And then when you grow old and retire, you think, maybe I'll finally be comfortable for a while. This is why this equation will never make you wealthy. This equation is simply the survival equation. So what equation do millionaires use? Now we get to the heart of it. In a capitalist system, the thing that determines your income is this: not how much time you spend working, but how much value you create during that time. Salary, I worked 8 hours. Salary, how many problems did I solve in those 8 hours? What results did I produce? Who did I help? How much value did I create? Think about a soccer player again. Why do they earn millions of dollars? Because millions of people spend money on their games, their jerseys, their sponsorships. The market says this person stepping onto the field creates a multi-billion-dollar economy. So earning millions is completely normal. Now, is a janitor doing a bad job? Absolutely not. In fact, they're doing incredibly valuable work. But the market looks at it like this: anyone can do this job. It's not hard to learn, and replacing this person is easy. So the market pays them less. A certified accountant, on the other hand, studies for years, knows complex regulations, and saves companies thousands of dollars. The market says this person's value is higher. The thing wealthy people understand is this: money is not tied to time. Money is tied to perceived value. The wealth equation: problem, solution, scale, system. Now let's break down the real equation of people who become wealthy step by step. 1. If you want money, you don't chase money, you chase problems. If you listen to all the wealth stories in the world, they all meet at one common sentence: I solved a problem. They eased people's pain, made people's work easier, solved people's problems, made life faster, saved people time, gave people comfort, security, entertainment, problem, solution, value, money. Now think about this. What do people constantly complain about? What do they find super annoying? What are they saying when they go, man, I wish there was something like this we could use? Those are opportunities. Those are wealth signals. 2, make your solution scalable. Let's say you cook amazing food. You open a small restaurant in your neighborhood. Yes, you can make good money, but your capacity is limited. In a single day, only so many customers can come in. Only so many plates can be prepared. Only so many tables can exist. This is not scalable. At best, you can only serve the number of people that physically fit in that place. But what if you built an online food brand? You expanded using a franchise model. You started selling ready-made sauces, mixes, or packaged products. You launched a YouTube channel and sold your recipes as courses or membership. Then that same skill suddenly jumps to a completely different level. So the point is this: wealth is about how many people you can reach with your work while adding as little extra effort as possible. This is why software is so powerful. You write it once and you can sell it to millions of people. Digital products, ebooks, courses, templates, designs, music, etc. matter for the same reason. You create once and you can sell it thousands of times. 3. Build systems and automation. If the money you earn comes only when you are actively working hard, then you're still just trading your time for money. Example. You're a yoga instructor charging $100 an hour. Great, but how many hours of classes can you realistically give in a day? 4, 5, 6? Your body, your time, your energy, they're all limited. But what if that same yoga instructor built an online platform, created pre-recorded classes, programs, and courses, offered them through a subscription model? Then that same knowledge and skill would start making money 24/7, even while they're asleep. That's why systems and automation matter. Delegation, handing tasks off to others, using software, creating workflows, standardizing processes. All of these systems are ways of buying your time back. 4. Sell what you've built or keep building it. You've found your solution. You're solving a real problem in the market. Your business is growing. At this point, most entrepreneurs face 2 main paths. Either you sell your business, exit, or you keep running it, grow it even more, and maybe sell it later for a much higher price. Companies like Instagram, WhatsApp, PayPal, all of their stories fit into the same template. Problem, solution, growth, acquisition, wealth. PayPal eventually being sold to eBay, Instagram being sold to Facebook. In a single moment, millions, hundreds of millions, even billions change hands. So how much luck is there in all this? Yes, there's some luck, but the real foundation is the equation. You choose the right problem. You create the right solution. You scale it the right way. You make the right move at the right time. A scenario, John and Michaela. Now let's make all of this concrete. Imagine 2 characters, John and Michaela. John's equation. John was taught the same things many of us heard growing up. Son, just get a stable job. Become a government worker. Get your paycheck. No headache. Stick to what's guaranteed. Don't take risks. And John did exactly that. He studied, graduated, found a job at a company. When he received his first paycheck, he felt like he owned the world. Then came the loans, installments, bills, debts, and suddenly every month he found himself at 0. Is John smart? Of course. Does he work hard? Absolutely. But here's the equation. He's selling his valuable time. His value is limited. He has no scale, no system. With this equation, becoming wealthy is unfortunately impossible. Michaela's equation. Michaela grew up in a family similar to John. She also experienced poverty. She also struggled, but she added one question to her life. What frustrates people? What do they complain about? What problems do they have? And which of these can I solve? One day she realized that small businesses couldn't produce proper social media content. Their ads, designs, strategies, everything was a mess. She started thinking, I can learn this. I can do this. She took courses, tried, failed, tried again, didn't quit. At first, she worked for very cheap. Then her business grew. Clients increased. After a while, she couldn't keep up with the demand. Freelancers, teammates, systems, skilled people. Soon it turned into a small agency. Now Michaela is no longer doing this. She's not selling her hours. She has built a system that creates value, even though it wasn't easy. Did she take risks? Yes. Did she make mistakes? Plenty. Did everything always go smoothly? Never. But the equation was different. Time, problem, solution, scale, system, value, money, your only real resource in life. Time now, we arrive at one of the most critical points of this entire video. You can lose money and earn it back. But when you lose time you've spent, you can't get it back. So you must ask yourself, how many hours of my life am I willing to waste at a job I don't like? How long am I willing to rent out my freedom just to have a steady paycheck? Maybe right now you feel you have no other options. That's fine. Everyone starts somewhere. But you need to understand this. A salaried job is only a tool to help you survive. Wealth and freedom come from solving problems in the marketplace and creating value. And the day you truly separate these 2 ideas in your mind is the day you finally start taking real risks. Why most people fail. Let me be brutally honest here. This path isn't for everyone. Why? Because many people don't want to leave their comfort zone. Because many prefer complaining instead of questioning problems. Because at the end of of the day, turning on Netflix feels easier than solving something. Here's the sad part. Most people quit within the first few meters of the road that leads to wealth. At the first failed attempt, they say, I guess this just isn't for me. But a true entrepreneur thinks different. Okay, this didn't work. Why didn't it work? What did I do wrong? What did I do well? How can I do it better next time? They attach the failure to the process, not to themselves. They don't say, I'm a failure. They say, this attempt failed, but I'm not done. In short, they believe in themselves, trust themselves, and they're not afraid. A small suggestion for those who want to walk this path. While preparing this video, one of the authors who influenced me the most was MJ DeMarco, especially his articles and books on wealth and entrepreneurship. If you read his work, you'll find a much deeper, more technical, and more strategic version of what I explain here. But the most important part is this. Always remember the final sentence of the equation I shared in this video. Stop chasing money. Start chasing problems. Find the problem and create the solution, because where the problems are, that's exactly where the money is. Final message, a meaningful struggle. Will this path make you 100% happy? There's no guarantee. Will this path save everyone? No. But let me tell you this, if you're going to fight, at least fight for something meaningful. Instead of living just to wait for payday, instead of aging while waiting for a retirement you'll earn decades later, instead of saying, let's just get by and starving your dreams, find problems, create solution, and start applying the wealth equation to your own life. I know this path is not easy, but know this as well, it's not impossible. If you watch this video all the way to this point, there's a good chance that little voice inside you is whispering, I deserve so much more than this. And that's exactly the point. If this video changed your perspective on money even a little bit, so I can reach more people who are asking the same question, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. History always tells the same story, but different ears hear it differently. Be one of the ones who hear it correctly. I'll be waiting for you right here in the next video. See you.